Hi and welcome back to the Polymer Clay channel. So firstly, I'm going to say I'm really sorry that I didn't upload yesterday, but it has been an absolute heat wave here in the UK. I'm currently in a room with no fan and it's absolutely boiling in here. We've got about 30 degrees at the minute, which probably doesn't sound much to some people out there, but the humidity here is crazy. So anyway, that's why I'm a bit late today. However, I'm going to show you how to do 3 tools holders today. Now you'll know from my channel I like to do things in threes. The reason why I do that is basically it's my lucky number, but also it gives you something a bit more interesting to watch because they're all going to be completely different. So this has been a bit difficult for me this week because it has been ridiculously hot and it has taken me a little bit longer to do this. So anyway, without further ado, here we go with the tutorial. Thanks for watching the tutorial. So the idea of this tutorial was literally to show you how to do lots of different tools holders. Now, the reason why I like to make them myself is because you get exactly what you want. So for example, I'm going to hold up this. There isn't a tools holder that would fit this exactly unless it came with the packet, and then it would be designed for it. So I wanted to show you how to create something that is exactly what you need. So now, without further ado, I'm going to show you exactly each one. I've got them right here, and I'm going to talk you through them. So I'm going to do the flower first because I absolutely love this one. So here we go. Now this is the simplest of them all. I really like this one because as it is, it's because completely normal, completely sensible, completely simple. Love that. So I'm going to show you a bit up close. Now, this one was decorated with the pastels. I'm going to link these in the description because I absolutely love them. I used to use chalk, but chalk has a tendency to not look quite right, whereas soft pastels actually just work out brilliantly. Look at this. It has got a nice blend to it. I put some darker sort of colours here, I put some orange this side, and then more lighter colour around the top there. And then I just coloured these tiny bits in here. And it just brought the whole thing to life. Now I did also use the soft pastels on the stem as well. And I wanted to give it like a matte look. With mica powder, quite often you get like a shiny sort of look. And if you don't want that, you want the colour but not the shine, this is perfect. Now, as I said, I'm going to link them in the description because they're absolutely fantastic. I will be using them in the future, sometimes in place of mica powder, just dependent on what look I want. So this is how it works. So you put it flat on the surface and then you put your tools in here, and that is literally number one. So I kind of think this might be my favourite. So that's number one. Right, let's go to number two. So number two, I'm going to use this one. Although I did this last in the tutorial, I want to show this one next because it is just the most simplest thing that you could do with tools for mica powder, and you get the exact designer shape that you want for your tools. So as you saw from the tutorial, I used the first tool that I want to put in my tools holder, and it is exactly the shape that I want it because I used the tool to make the exact shape that I wanted to. Now the idea of this is you can do that with absolutely any tools. Now I did slice a few things so I can put some tissue blades in here, holds great. All I will say with this is don't make it go down too far, as when you put the tissue blade in it will eventually chop it and you don't want that. The thing that you could safeguard that from is you could put another base underneath this that's separate. Once you've baked it, put something underneath it, rebake it, and then it will protect it from that. So I'm just going to put all the tools in here one at a time. Now also what I found is you could also make these exactly for the tools that you want in terms of the tissue blades. Now the good thing about a tissue blade holder that you've made yourself is that if you've got a bendy tissue blade, you can actually make it bendy to go in. So some people use the same sort of tissue blade for making it go round certain things, creating a curve, that sort of thing. So over time it will become bendy. So I have this one that is bendy, and I've made the actual slice in here slightly bendy so it will fit in. And I'm never going to straighten this ever again, so there's no point me trying to do that unless I buy some new ones, and then I'll remember which one I'm going to use for bendy stuff and which one I'm going to use for straight things. But anyway, so you just pop that in there and then it will actually stay put. I'm going to take these out because they're sharp and dangerous. So I'm going to start with the next ones here. Obviously I've made it so that these tools can actually fit in exactly where I want them. I'm just changing it to put it in the right place. They balance. Obviously the idea is that you don't swing it about like this. You've got to have it flat on a table for it to do what you want it to do. And then the last one I made just literally to fit that plastic tool because I use this one a lot. If you watch my channel regular, you'll know that this one comes out quite a bit. So I've actually made one literally just to fit that. Now the others I've made here also particularly to my tools, but when you get your own tools out, if you've got something really awkward and you think, oh, where's that gonna go? Squish it into one of these and you'll never ever have to find another place for it again. So that's this one. Okay, so let's look at number three. So I did this second, but I wanted to show you this lastly because it is just quite interesting. Now I made the grooves quite generic. I wanted the end, you know, just so that you can put something in there and it doesn't matter if it rolls off or something like that. It's got a plate to it, obviously, that you can put the paint brushes, because I'm imagining this more for things like you've got to have something in here like mica powder or something like that, or maybe even paints. Now if you're going to use it for paints, I'd suggest obviously having it resined. I think that would be better because it would have more of a seal, and this goes all the way around. Now I thought white is quite nice, you know, normally I do sort of blacks, golds, you know, that sort of thing, but I thought white would be a really good idea. Now for this particular one I am going to resin it. I'm going to resin all the outside and also this part here, and I think probably this as well. So I'm going to give it a light coat of resin just to secure it. Now with this, obviously I made it in 2 separate parts, but what I'd actually recommend is do it all together, because as you can see, this part can become a bit fragile. Now you'll see in the bloopers, well, I'll let you watch the bloopers, but please glue it if you're going to make them in 2 separate parts, and you'll see why later on. So there we go. I'm not going to hold these all up at once because it would be impossible. I'm going to hold up my 2 favourite ones for the end. So this is Hey Crate personalised tool holders with Polymer Clay. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. It's getting hot in here because obviously if it's gonna because I used to cook bang 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 bang. What am I doing? I'm getting hotter by the second. I'm sweating. I think I'm sweating. Projects. Right, let's go on to the next one. You would have seen this second in the tutorial, but I wanted to show the versatility of, versatility, is that the right word? Oh my God. Is this Friday the 13th?